Hello, my fellow parents. If you've always wondered how to teach your kids about the concept of earning money and saving it and giving it and spending it wisely, then you have come to the right place. My name is Jackie, and we are enjoying life's journey while on the path to financial freedom. Welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about commission jobs for our kids. So I'm going to kind of go over the ins and the outs and how we do it in our house, and hopefully you can take something from it and implement it in your own home. So the first thing I want to touch on is to think of some of the activities that you want your kids to do on their own that are not going to be paid activities. And the reason I say start with this is because once you start paying your kids for certain activities, certain jobs, cleaning or whatever, then they may become accustomed to that. So for instance, in our household, for our kids to dress themselves and to make sure their clothes are put in the hamper when they're done is not a paid commission job. The other thing is we don't use the word allowance because they have to earn their money. So, think of a few things like that. The other thing we teach our kids is to put things away when they're done with it, whether that's coloring, art supplies, toys, whatever that might be, teaching them that habit to put it away. The things in the bathroom, like their hairbrushes and their toothbrushes and things like that. So those are non-paid jobs. These are just daily habits that we're trying to teach them that they can, move on into their adulthood. So when I'm talking about commission jobs, like I mentioned, we are not thinking of these as allowances. So our kids are not going to get, our kids don't just get a set amount of money every week and they do whatever. They have to earn it. So we call it commission jobs. We got that term from Dave Ramsey. So after you've decided what type of jobs are not going to be paid, then we're going to move into the paid type jobs. So we want to make, maybe a list of activities, jobs, chores, whatever that your kids can do that are age appropriate. So we do have a handful of things. I'm going to share with you a little bit more here in a minute, but we have I follow the Flylady system for keeping my house in order. So we do a home blessing hour, and I have a certain amount of tasks that I do in there. So I'm going to go over that with you guys. As well, we do zone cleaning. So every week we're focused in one zone, one area of the house, and so there's certain things I have that the kids can do that are age appropriate to help out when we're in a current zone. And then we have kind of like daily pickups and things like that. How much do you pay them? How do you do that? So way back when I was getting acquainted with Dave Ramsey and his budgeting method, and he was talking about with the kids having the commission jobs, when you're on the web, you search one thing and it leads you to another thing and leads you to another thing. So I ended up on somebody's blog, I'm not sure who exactly it was, and they mentioned that they paid their children, or they could earn their age every week, right? So for instance, I have an 8-year-old and a 4-year-old. So my 8-year-old, she can earn $8 a week, and my 4-year-old can earn $4 a week. I thought that was a good, easy way of doing it, a fair way of doing it. And so I came across that when my oldest at the time was only 2. So I have a video from way back when I talked about commission jobs with her. Back then, what we did was we had a jar, and we had popsicle sticks in the jar, and we had different jobs that were age appropriate that 2 and 3-year-olds could handle doing. And we had that, and then basically what she would do is she would just pick 2 different popsicle sticks out of there, and then we would leave them off to the side. So eventually she had got through each of the activities that were in the jar over the course of the month. That's kind of how we used to do it. Now, like I mentioned, we do it a little bit different. And back then what we do is basically each job was worth $1. So we made it easy math that way. Now what we do is they do have a few daily things. So we do a 5-minute home rescue. If you're familiar with the Flylady system, she has a 5-minute room rescue. So we do a home rescue because we all get involved now. So basically, if they participate in that 5-minute home rescue with me every single day, I just kind of say that one, it's for the 7 days a week, so they can earn like 15 cents. Basically, by the end of the week, if they did it, they would earn their $1 for that one, because that one's a real easy one. If they're picking up after themselves automatically, then there shouldn't be a whole lot to pick up every night anyways. The other one that's a daily thing for my older daughter, so my younger one, she can help with the pickup For my older daughter, she has another daily one of rinsing her dishes, right? So when she's done eating, actually rinsing them and putting them, we actually hand wash our dishes, and we use the dishwasher just to dry, we let them air dry. We don't even run the dishwasher. So if she does that, again, if she does that every day during the week, I basically say about 15 cents per day or $1 for the week. That's how we kind of do it there. Then we have our Saturday when we do our cleaning, we do our home blessing hour. And so for those of you who may have watched my some of my Flylady videos, I was kind of going over some of the Flylady baby sets. I showed this. This is my command journal. And so I have like the routines in there. So on there I have, that right there is the home cleaning hour. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 tasks. 2 of them we do for 15 minutes and the other 3 are 10 minutes. Now out of those 5 tasks, my oldest can do 4 of them. And we make them each worth $1. My youngest usually helps with 2 of them. Okay, so that's kind of, you can kind of see. So if my youngest were to do the 5-minute pickup all week, she's earned $1. And then if she's done her 2 for the home blessing hour, she's earned her $3. And then she has 1 in the zone cleaning, and I'll talk about that here in a second. And then for my oldest one, basically she has her 2 daily things, so she does it every day for the week. She earns the $2. And then she has the 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 or 2 zone cleaning area things. Okay, so for the home blessing hour, what we have dusting. With dusting, it's super easy. We take a microfiber cloth and they get it damp. And I've already shown them, so the first time you do it, you're going to do it with them because you're going to show them where to go, what to do. And you might have to do it with your younger ones. You might have to do it a couple times, you know, in order to help them do it. We don't use any chemicals, so we just get a microfiber cloth. We just get it damp or wet, and then my oldest and my youngest usually just go together and they will go and dust, and we make it fun by setting the timer. This is one that's 15 minutes because we're dusting different things in every room of the house. We have like a bookcase and a toy box and lightings and stuff like that. So they just go through. If they need to get it wet again, they can go in the bathroom sink, get it damp, and go around the house. We make it fun, 15 minutes, go. The other one we have are mirrors and the back sliding door. And they do this one again, they'll do this one together. Or they can, you know, if my youngest doesn't want to help and do it, then she won't earn her $1 for that. But we do 1 wet one and we do 1 dry one. So they'll take turns. One will go through and do the mirror and get it all wet, and the other one will go through and dry it. Streak free, no cleaner at all. It's like really awesome. I love these things. So we have a mirror up by the front door, like a full-length mirror. We have the mirror in the bathroom. We have my bedroom, my closet doors are mirrors, and then we do the back sliding door. So again, this one is a 10-minute one, and we just set the timer for 10 minutes, and they go. If they do it, they earn their $1. The other one that my oldest can help, we have trash in and out. So basically, we take the trash from the bathroom, we can bind it to the trash from the kitchen, and then I'll tie it up and take it out. But they can get they help get the trash from the bathroom and bring it in. That counts. And then outside, where we'll actually go outside and we will pull weeds and pick up trash around the yard, and that one is a total of 10 minutes. So we just go real quick. That one we kind of do together because I'm mostly, I'm physically carrying the trash outside, but they can help gather it, and then they help pick up the trash outside. My youngest doesn't really help with this one. This one is basically the dusting and the mirrors are the 2 that my 4-year-old helps with. The other one is sweeping outside, and my oldest does this. So we have a broom and she sweeps the walkway outside, and that one we just set the timer for 10 minutes. And again, if she finishes it, she earns her $1. The last one in my zone cleaning is mopping the zone, and that's what I do. So I actually have a steam mop and vacuum in one. It's my new favorite. I want to call it my minimalist cleaning tool because it doesn't use any cleaner. I can vacuum and mop at the same time, so I love it. And usually I'm just doing the floor in the zone that we're in. So that's part of the home blessing hour, and that's how my kids, those are what they can do that's age appropriate, where they can earn their money there. Now when it comes to the zone, Like I mentioned, my youngest, there's one thing that she can do in the zone and earn her dollar, and my oldest has two things that she can do. So the first one that they both can do together to earn a dollar are the baseboards. So again, we just use a damp or sometimes we use a dry one. Sometimes the dry ones seem to take the dust off easier, but they just run through the baseboards, and it really helps me so I'm not bending down. And again, if they get through the baseboards in whatever zone we're in, they earn their dollar. Basically, the way I work the zone is I start from the top and I work my way down. So I have a duster type thing that's on a big, like it extends out. So I start from the ceiling, I get light fixtures, I get fans, I get the edges there, and then I might dust down the walls if it seems like it's collecting stuff. If there's any spots on the wall, I use the dry eraser. And then if windows, that doors down, basically work our way down and then do the floor. So if it's in the kitchen, I do the cupboards and the appliances, work my way to the floor. So the other thing that the girls can do, or my oldest usually does, is helps with the wall. So if there's something on the wall, she can use the dry eraser, just gets it wet and she can get it. And same thing, she can do the window, doing this the same way that we did the glass sliding door, getting a wet and a dry one. No cleaner is required. If she helps me with that in that zone, she earns a dollar. That one sometimes is combined with the baseboards because they kind of just work their way down and do the baseboards. If we are in zone 1, which is my front entryway, I have a bookcase over here that has all of their art supplies and their coloring books and things like that. When we're in that zone, she does have to do 15 minutes of decluttering that spot, and she'll earn her dollar for that. And then if we're in zone, let's see, zone 1, 2, 3, if we're in zone 4, which for me is the bathroom and the 2 bedrooms, if they're in their bedroom, then they do another 15 minutes of decluttering, whether it's going through their clothes or their toys, and they can earn a dollar for that. And then if we do want to declutter the bathroom, they help declutter under the sink because they have a little thing of drawers and I have a little thing of drawers, so we try to keep it, you know, pretty handy. We have only one bathroom shared between 4 of us, so we try to keep that going. So those are the types of things that I have that are age appropriate. Now if you had animals, you could have maybe, you know, that they have to pick up the dog poop or clean the litter pan, or maybe they have to feed them. Like I mentioned though, think of the things first that are not going to be paid, that are just normal everyday habits that you want them to have, and just kind of instill those in. Then you come up with the ones that you're going to pay them for. And like I mentioned, when they're young, I try to start easy and just say, okay, you know, you're 3 years old, you have 3 things to do, they're each worth $1, and that's that. Now, when it comes to paying them, if they don't do the chore, then if they don't do the job, they don't get paid. And you have to be very disciplined about this, because if you give in and you end up giving them money anyways, then they're not going to take helping you out seriously, and they're not going to take their job serious. Or if you're at the store and they ask for something and they didn't really earn anything to buy it, and you get it for them anyways, then it's going to kind of create some conflict. So we're very good at just saying, hey, you didn't do your commission jobs this week. Maybe you can earn it the money next week. So you do want to be, you know, try to be disciplined with that. Now, when it comes to the actual amount that we pay them, and going into what Dave Ramsey says, teaching them how to save, give, and spend. What we do, we split whatever the amount is in half, and they can spend half of it. And so let's just say my youngest made her $4. So we just say, okay, she can spend $2. The other 2 I actually put aside in savings. So I used to take out cash and pay them in cash, or it'd take everything out in cash, and then they would have like their saving envelope and their giving envelope and stuff. Now what I do is I only take out the cash that they've earned, and I leave the rest in the bank. And then out of the money that's in the bank, what I've done is I've actually divided that into thirds. So this might seem a little confusing, but I divide it into thirds, and I say 1/3 is the giving and the 2/3 is the saving. Okay, you could do it, I mean, if you have a even number, You know, with the $4, you could say, okay, you can spend two, you give one and you save one. I mean, do it however it works for you. But because I am using the bank and I can transfer different amounts of change and stuff, and it's easier to do it that way, I have been doing that. So as of right now, my oldest has, I think, $86 in the bank, and that's the combination of her savings and giving, and my youngest has about 57 in the bank. So I mean, by me helping them, that is definitely working. When they start getting a little bit older, then I will encourage them to develop that self-discipline of saving and giving on their own. But what we do basically is, if they're invited to a birthday party, I let them know, hey, you have $15 for your giving, and then we can go purchase a present for their friend, and that's been working out well. And then if they go to the store and they want something, you know, say, you know, that week, you know, my daughter has let's say my oldest earned her $8 that week, so she has $4 and she wants to go that week and get something. This is training her, or this is teaching her now that you may not have enough to get anything with $4, so you might want to wait for the second week, and then you have $8 to get something. Or she might see something even bigger and say, oh wait, you know, I want to save up my 3 weeks or my 4 weeks and then get something. Or something even more bigger, like she wants to get a guitar, and we went looking at guitars, and you know, the one that she wants, the electric guitar that she wants, is about $150. So she knows now, like, she has a bigger goal, and if she's serious, and I told her, if she was serious and she saves up for this guitar, then I will pay for her guitar lessons. You know, so trying to make compromises, encourage your kids to follow, you know, their passions, and encourage them on to save for bigger purchases. When they get older and they're more in their their tweens and their teens, then you can start really teaching them about cash flow planning, budgeting, and paying for things that are not just wants, but saving for a car, or saving, you know, when they're moving out, and teaching them all of that. So right now, today's video is basically just about talking about dealing with your younger children, teaching them the idea of earning their money, not giving them allowance, but having them earn their money. Kind of give you an idea of how much we pay them, what are some of the type of chores or the jobs that they can do, and then how do we divide up their money from there. I hope this helped you, and then you can use something in your own home. Leave me a comment below and let me know if you guys do commission jobs, maybe what's something different that you do that all of us can learn from and maybe try in our own house. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.